everybody, just a little bit of advice here on when we get stuck with our art and what we can do about it. Just 2 or 3 tips, very, very simple, but they can be game changers. When we're stuck with a painting or a drawing, we've just lost the essence of what it's all about. We don't know, is it the value tones, is it the colour, is it the drawing, is it the composition? Sometimes we just get bogged down in the image and it's impossible to define exactly where we're going wrong. I think a really good piece of advice here is just to leave that work of art, turn it around so that you don't look at it for a couple of days. After 2 days, go back to it and look at it with a fresh eye. Now, normally, what the problem is jumps out at you immediately. What was just invisible, impossible to understand before, with that fresh vision, it just jumps out at you what needs to be changed. It could be the whole image. It could just be one colour. It could just be a little bit of mark making. So that's the first advice that I would give you. Now, another really useful trick is when you're working on a painting, not to just work on one image, maybe do a mini series of 2 or 3. Now, that stops us becoming over precious on one image. When we get a little bit tired, when we feel we're losing it, we can just go to another, even if the other 2 or 3 are just sketches, studies that we're doing, but it just takes all that intensity away from one single image. When we work on one single image, the problem is that we become over precious. We're afraid, we get, we're so worried. We don't want to ruin anything about what we're doing. It's counterproductive in the long run. We just overdo it, put too much attention on it, and it loses its freshness. Now, the final point that I want to speak about is a little bit more uncomfortable, let's say. And I think that what any artist needs to realise, whatever level you're working at, even right at the very beginning, it happens to everybody. Sometimes we've got to sacrifice, destroy what we've done before, even though we love it, carry on working with it to bring it back again to a new level of vitality and freshness. Sooner or later, this happens to everybody. There's no guarantee when we rub out or paint over what we've done, even though we're sort of, quite happy with it, but not totally. There is no guarantee that if we rub it out, paint over it, what we do afterwards is going to be better than what we did before. But sometimes I think the more art we do, the more practicing we do, the more demanding we are with ourselves, and we don't want to be satisfied with something that's just average, that we've done a million times before. When we want to push through, when we've got to move on, sooner or later it's going to happen. Do I keep it average? Am I happy with that? Or do I want to push it? Do I want to go that one step further? As I said, there's no right and there's no wrong. There's no guarantee that what you do afterwards is going to be better. But it's a question of our own personal satisfaction. And believe you me, every artist throws away, I don't know, if we work on a ratio, 2-3 pictures come out great, absolutely wonderful, maybe 2 or 3 are not the case. I hope that's been useful.